Hello and welcome. We are back in Genesis chapter 7. Genesis chapter 7, and we are going to read the chapter heading. Noah's family and various beasts and fowls enter the ark. The flood comes, and waters cover the whole earth. All other life that breathes is destroyed. And verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Verse 2. Of every clean beast shalt thou take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. And verse 3. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep the seed alive upon the face of all the earth. There's a lot going on there. I might go back to verse 2 and 3 for a second. Because in verse 2, it says, Of every clean beast shalt thou take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. So he has him take extra beasts, and he takes them by sevens. 7 is the number of completion. So he he has him take more animals into the ark, clean and only 2 does he take that are not clean. And this is where I theorize that the beasts of the earth are also I mean they experience death too, so and it's because they don't have the spirit of God with them or they can't keep it with them forever, you know? And so now we go into verse 4. For yet 7 days I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And verse 5. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. Verse 6. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. Verse 7. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. I wonder if the ark was huge because it had to hold a lot of animals. How I wonder how comfortable it could have been. It could have been comfortable because it's God's design, you know? Or or at the very least it could have been comforting, you know? Because not everything is always comfortable. Um and then verse 8. Of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 9. There went in two and two unto the Noah of ark, the male and the female, the God as God had commanded Noah. Verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Isn't that crazy that God rains water upon the earth, and in 7 days, which is the number of completion, water has completely flooded the earth. It's super awesome. In verse 11 it says, in the 600th, sorry, words. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all of the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Verse 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Verse 13. In the selfsame day entered Noah, and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his son with them into the ark. Verse 14. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. Verse 15. And they went up in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And verse 16. And they that went in, male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. It's very important to have the distinction between I know I'm going to get hate for this, but it's very important to have distinction between male and female because um God is God is trying to teach the story of love and and you can't teach the story of love if they're both the same person. There's no contrast, there's no romance, there's no tension. And you get all of that from male and female. You get a beautiful set of divinely crafted um canvases basically. I don't know how to say it. But yeah. And verse 15, and they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. Oh, no, we already read those. Okay, verse 17. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted above the earth. And this is just talking about the ark floating a little bit higher because the earth is covered in water. Verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all of the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. Verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. Verse 21. And all flesh that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and of every man. Verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all was in the dry land, died. Verse 23. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. Verse 24. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Wow. That's a powerful set of scripture. God basically God it's I'm not gonna describe well, it's always good to describe things, but um God in those verses he he keeps Noah in the ark and he keeps him safe and he destroys all life on planet Earth, everything that's evil. And then um yeah, sorry, my imagination's going wild, but yeah. Thank you. That was Genesis chapter 7. We're going to head into Genesis chapter 8, and I will link it right here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.